Situated in South Oxfordshire, the Chinnor and Prince's Risborough Railway is a friendly country branch line in the style of the former Great Western Railway, providing heritage train rides for both families and enthusiasts alike. The line runs for 3.5 miles along the foot of the Chiltern Hills, parallel to the historic Icknield Way, passing through attractive countryside. Today we will be exploring every part of the line, from people working to local attractions along the line. Originally known as the Watlington and Prince's Risborough Railway Company, the railway was largely promoted by local landowners following the failure of the planned extension of the Wallingford branch through to Watlington. Construction of the branch was authorised by an Act of Parliament dated 26th of July 1869. This authorised the construction of the branch as a light railway, commencing from the Great Western Railway Station at Prince's Risborough and running for a distance of 8 miles 66 chains to a terminus at Purton just outside Watlington. The branch was opened on the 15th of August 1872 and had 2 intermediate stations at Chinnor and Aston Rowant. After opening, the company immediately ran into difficulties and, for a period of time, the company directors ran the line at their own expense. Finally, after being offered the branch on more than one occasion, the Great Western Railway acquired it on the 1st of July 1883 for the sum of £23,000, which was less than half the cost of its construction. Under the ownership of the Great Western Railway, track on the branch was relaid, the original being in very poor condition laid directly on the chalk. Rail level halts were opened at Bledlow Bridge, Kingston Crossing and Leuchner Bridge in 1906 and Wain Hill Crossing in 1925. After the Second World War, the passenger traffic on the branch started to fall, and by the mid-1950s had fallen to such a level that on the 1st of July 1957, the line was closed to passenger traffic. The last train from Watlington was due to leave at 9 o'clock, however, it was nearly 10 minutes late leaving with a number of local dignitaries present. As had become the custom, the train left to the sound of detonators exploding on its last journey. The train finally arrived at Prince's Risborough some 25 minutes late, and so brought an end to the 85-year history of passenger carrying on the branch. The various halts at Leuchner, Kingston Crossing, Wain Hill and Bledlow Bridge were closed immediately, but the stations remained open for goods and parcel traffic until the 2nd of January 1961, after which the section from Chinnor to Watlington was closed completely and the track lifted. The section from Chinnor to Prince's Risborough was retained to serve the cement works and the wood yard in the village. The woodyard ceased to use freight by the beginning of 1961, and in the early 1970s, the station building at Chinnor was demolished and the platform broken up. The section from Prince's Risborough was retained to serve the cement works and the woodyard in the village. The woodyard ceased to use freight by the beginning of 1961, and in the early 1970s, the station building at Chinnor was demolished and the platform broken up. In 1989, British Rail declared the hopper wagons used to carry the cement works fuel obsolete. Set against the cost of new wagons and unloading system, and given the new effectiveness of not having coal delivered by road, the service was declared non-operational. On the 20th of December 1989, a Class 47 diesel together with 35 hopper wagons made the final journey into Chinnor Cement Works, with the locomotive sporting a headboard with the legend "Last BR Train" on the Watlington branch. Maintenance of the branch from Chinnor to the junction with the Tame branch near Prince's Risborough was given to the Chinnor and Prince's Risborough Railway Association from January 1990. The Chinnor and Prince's Risborough Railway was granted a Transport and Works order under Section 6 of the Transport and Works Act 1992 on the 4th of July 1994, the order coming into force on the 26th of July 1994. Thus, the legality of the C and PRR status was assured and passenger services could recommence. A new platform suitable for 2 coaches was completed in May 1994, and the restoration of operational passenger and goods stock was also completed that year.
I've been here since the railway started running about 26 years ago, doing teas and coffees on the train. Now I do it in the Cambrian buffet.
When I first started with the railway, we only ran as far as Tame Junction. I was a latecomer to the preservation scene, and also to volunteering here at Chinnor. I also volunteer for 2 other national organisations too, so quite a busy life.
I came here when my husband had worked here for 8 years restoring carriages that we had at the time. There were only 3 carriages then, and he said, will you come and help the girls at Christmas serve tea? And that was about 26 years ago, and I'm still here. So yes, I'm still here doing catering. The station's vastly different to what it was.
The railway, I don't know, it seemed a little bit in the doldrums in terms of passenger numbers. I came here to originally do a little bit of gardening, but things soon changed and people said, you can do this, can't you? Which was a bit kind of awkward for me, because having retired I didn't want to go back to the same profession I was in before, but I did. Horses for courses, if you like. And I think we can say in the last 3 years we've more than doubled the passenger numbers. It takes an awful lot of effort behind the scenes. It isn't just about physically volunteering here on the day.
When we started, we just had this Cambrian as a ticket office and a waiting room, and now it's taken over as our buffet, and the station building's been built and we've had a Heritage Award for that. One of our past chairmen, Richard Floyd, built the station virtually, single-handed really. Obviously we only had 3 small coaches and now we've got 5.
1994 was an historic year with the freehold of the branch, purchased by the association in August for £125,000, and the first public service since 1957 ran on the 20th of August, with round trips to Wainhill Hall. A further extension to Tame Junction opened at the start of the 1996 season, where a run-round loop has been constructed. The railway signed agreements with Network Rail on the 25th of June 2017, enabling regular trains to run to Prince's Risborough for the first time in 59 years. Crew training runs were made between the 25th of June and the 10th of July 2017, bringing the first steam train alongside the remnants of the former Watlington Line platform. These services carried passengers 2 months later as previous services and continue to run.
My husband, I sadly lost him 9 years ago, but he worried that we would never ever get there, but it's a pity he's not here to see it. We are there now, but it's taken many years to get that through really, and an awful lot of talking to their management, Network Rail and Chiltern Trains and all those, to be able to be allowed to go into that platform, which will happen when in August.
So in that 4 years we finally achieved almost, but not quite, the move into Princess Risborough, and that for about 18 years or so was always on the cards but never actually looked as if it was going to happen. It is now.
One time we thought we would never actually get there. However, the new chairman, the new team of people, and times changed, and we managed to move forward on the lease to get into Risborough, and since that we're almost there at the time of speaking, which is a great change from when I first started at, dare I say, a moribund railway when I first joined.
On the 25th of June 2017, the CNPRR paid Network Rail a 6-figure sum for a 99 years lease on the land and track at Prince's Risborough, enabling major track alterations to commence and the restoration of an original platform, removing massive sections of track. New track will be laid over next year adjacent to the former Watlington platform, which is being reconstructed. They reached a major milestone with the restoration brick by brick of the former platform wall, and footings being completed on the 11th of June. This work reversed 60 years of disuse and neglect, last being regularly used on the 29th of June 1957. They will now have to create a level surface and associated bits of building to create the UK's newest railway interchange. Once the work is completed, the Chinnor and Prince's Risborough Railway will become the nearest connected steam heritage railway to London. With a simple change of trains, passengers will be able to travel from Aylesbury, Oxford, Banbury and Birmingham to Chinnor Village in Midsummer Country, gateway to some lovely walks in the Chilterns. It is planned to open the Prince's Risborough Rail interchange in time for the main summer season this year, but this is dependent on how many volunteers are available to carry out the work.
They'd like to get back to Aston Rowant because the yard is still there where the station was, But there again, you've got all the problems of getting the land back from the landowners that have taken it over now. How we do that? Apparently we can compulsorily purchase it, but I don't know.
Our next strategic goal is to go to Aston Rowan, which we've now got a small subcommittee formed of trustees, and we're looking at that very actively, which is another big milestone for the railway, or certainly it will be, but a lot of hard work goes into the background.
Obviously to get back to Watlington would be the whole line from Watlington to Risborough, but I can't see that happening really.
These projects take much money and a huge amount of volunteer effort to deliver. The railway is committed to funding their ongoing improvement works, but also welcome new people into their volunteer teams consistently to help deliver them. The railway is committed to funding their ongoing improvement works, but also welcome new people into their volunteer teams consistently to help deliver them. Whatever your skills, you will meet some great people, have fun, and know that your efforts will go towards keeping this railway.
Thank you.